What we do is water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. And through a process called electrolysis, we split those hydrogen and oxygen atoms apart.
This is basically what they call electrolysis, and they use it in many forms, but ours is specially designed and specifically designed to use water, a blend that we created, to separate the oxygen and hydrogen and use it in a fuel form additive to diesel engines.
We have a patented fluid. It's less than 1% electrolyte.
To make some major differences between our system or anything else you've seen is water. You have to design the system around the water. That was the biggest hurdle we faced. We started designing our electrolyzers and soon realized that the big problem is how do you keep water from freezing and separating at the same time?
Ours, even though it's less than 1% electrolyte, it does not freeze past 35 below, it's got to get to 35 below zero before it will freeze.
Using the traditional non-freezing agents, which you find in your windshield washer fluid right here, it's called methylene alcohol, polyglycol, all those things. The problem with those things are when you add them to the water mixture and then do the electrolysis process, you're left with contaminants in the water when you separate the oxygen and hydrogen. And that was our big problem that we couldn't overcome. It took us almost 2 years to find the solution. And that's what really separates us from everybody else.
We focus mainly on diesel engines because diesel engines are typically the engines that are used as workhorses. So all the over-the-road trucks are diesel engines, all the generators are diesel engines, all the bulldozers, all these heavy equipment, those are diesel engines.
So what we do is we take water, we separate it through the electrolysis process, and then we're left with a gas, travels through our system into a separator, which holds water, but then it delivers the gas to your engine.
Ours is a hydrogen on demand. HOD is hydrogen on demand system. So as the hydrogen is produced, as the water is cracked into hydrogen and oxygen, it bubbles to the top, goes right into the air intake, right into the chamber and out. So there's never any storage of hydrogen, so it's completely safe.
When the hydrogen and oxygen are added to the air mixture already entering the cylinder, it will, at ignition, burn the fuel more completely. There's two things that are byproducts of that. The byproduct of that is you get more energy out of the fuel that's going into the cylinder, and by burning it more completely, you have less unburned fuel going out the exhaust, which is your emissions.
Also, depending on what type of, if we're talking about emissions, depending on what type of emissions you're concerned with, we also have a water injection system that works in conjunction with the hydrogen system, and it will further reduce NOx. NOx are produced by heat. So when the combustion process occurs, it's at a very high temperature. The high temperature nitrous oxide comes generated from the high temperature in the chamber during combustion. Last test we did, we reduced NOx 65%. I could come out to your company and today, and we could perform the test and then give you the results on paper, and also we can email the results to you, and you can make a determination very quickly if it makes sense for you. If it does, we can install the unit, assuming we have it in stock, we can install the unit the next day, and you can start either saving money or reducing emissions immediately.